guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you are all doing well, and I know a lot of you are looking to buy real estate in Jamaica. So I always have people ask me how much various items cost when you're buying a new house. So I want to put a video about how there's some maybe hidden fees. I call them hidden fees. They're there, they're real, and you have to pay them when you're buying in a new development in Jamaica. So I wanted to give you guys this information because honestly, I'm just thinking back when we got our first house in Draxhall Manor. It was in 2015, 2016 that we were getting that house and going through the process of buying. And it was the first time we bought residential property in Jamaica from a new developer, or a new house from a developer. And we worked with Kimtech developers that did Draxhall Manor. So they have the price, and then there are these other fees. So, for example, I remember we had put down our deposit and we were actually in Jamaica for vacation. And I use that word loosely because we never really have a vacation when we go to Jamaica because we're always doing something with the houses or working or something. But we were down there and we met our attorney and we were signing paperwork. And she brought out this paper of all these fees that we had to pay in order to get the house. And honestly, I almost flipped out because I was just not prepared for it. We had already put down our deposit. We knew what the balance was for the mortgage and things like that. But then there were these extra fees added into the closing cost. So it was kind of surprising. So I wanted to put a video out to prepare you guys, to let you know what those fees are so that you can budget for it, that you can be prepared so it isn't a surprise. So first off, when you're going to get a house in a new development in Jamaica, you're going to have to put some sort of deposit down. Depending on the developer, it's between 5 and 20%. With Chemtech, it's typically 10% deposit. With Gore, I think they're charging 5% on a lot of their developments. But then some other developers I know that have developments coming up, they charge 20% deposit. So it really depends. So this price, this deposit, comes out of the purchase price. So whatever the percentage of the deposit is, it takes it off the purchase price. So you have to put down that deposit to secure a lot. So it's something that you would do very early in the process. So it's like having a down payment. If you're from the US, we have to have down payments here, which are typically 10%. So kind of similar setup. So another thing you need to figure in is closing costs. Closing costs are roughly 3% of the purchase price. And that just is for all the paperwork, the developer's attorney fees, you have to pay part of that. There are other fees included in that also. A lot of times with the new developments, you'll also pay 6 months worth of maintenance fees ahead of time. You prepay those. So what happens if you buy a house in January and you take possession, you don't have to pay maintenance until August, July, because the first 6 months are taken care of. So that's something to consider. The closing costs are roughly 3% of the purchase price. Then if you're using an attorney, which I highly recommend, we've used an attorney for all the deals we do in Jamaica and pretty much anything we do down there. Attorneys charge between 2.5% and 3% of the purchase price. So the individual that we work with, she charges 2.5%. So if you want her information, leave me a comment or send me an email and I'll be glad to get you guys her information. And then another thing that developers do, they charge an escalation fee. So it can be up to 10% of the purchase price. Now, what this is this is escalation during the construction phase of the house. So the reason you might have escalation is due to increase in labor costs, increase in building materials. So this is something to keep in mind, especially right now, because with all the supply chain issues going on and the cost of building materials going up so high, this is definitely going to impact the amount that you pay. So to give you guys an idea, when we got the Draxhall Manor house, I believe we paid around between 7 and 8% escalation. They didn't charge us the full 10%. When we got Stonebrook Manor, I believe it was 8 or 9% that we paid on those escalation fees. I would venture to say right now, most developers are utilizing that 10% and they're charging the full amount because it's really, a tough situation with supply chain issues and labor. It's hard to find people to work. So they have to pay people more to get them to work, and then also just the cost of the materials. So all in all, let's put the deposit aside for a minute because that comes out of the purchase price, and remember that's 5 to 20%. But the other fees, the closing cost at 3%, the attorney fees, they can be up to around 3%, and then escalation up to 10%. You're looking at 16% increase on the purchase price. So to put this in numbers that might mean a little more, if you are looking at buying a $20 million house, 20 million Jamaican dollars, with the closing costs, the attorney's fees, and escalation, that'll take you up to just over 23 million. So it adds that 3 million onto the purchase price. And that's just with a $20 million house. Some of these houses that they're selling are up to, 40 million plus. So be aware of this. Make sure you plan for it. Like I said, I was surprised by it the first time we bought, and it's something that you want to make sure you're aware of, that you're prepared for, that you've budgeted for, and it won't be a surprise when you get that paperwork from your attorney. So I hope this is helpful to you guys. Leave a comment if you have any more questions about these fees. If you're looking for a great attorney, send me a message. I can refer you to someone. And if you have any other questions, just send me an email or leave a comment. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.